Da 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 da! No. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak, and I'm here to take the piss out of everything that you love. Anyway, welcome. It's been a minute. Since what? I don't know, but it's been a minute. Also, ignore my hair, and you're gonna hear a lot of sounds from outside because it's like 50 some degrees today and it's hot in here, and I've been filming all morning and my butt hurts because this chair is not comfortable, and I just need some like comforts, okay? And by that I mean like oxygen. So the door's open, there's gonna be sounds, it's gonna sound like shit. You don't come here for quality. Why do you come here? Today, we are back to our old ways. We are going to watch the last Conspiracy Corner of 2024 that I've had ready to be watched here for some time, and I just never really got around to it. I figured today's the day. So for those of you who usually like these videos, then this one's for you. If you're someone who's gonna come here and be a Shane Dawson stan in my comments, and tell me about how jealous I am, and tell me about how I have a lazy eye, and tell me about how I should worry about my own self, you can kindly fuck off, okay? Actually, I never really get a lot of hate comments on the conspiracy videos. It's when I comment on their vlogs. Like the last video I made on Shane and Ryland's vlog, like, I don't know if I think I might have referenced this somewhere. Maybe it was in a Patreon video. But, like, I don't know if, like, y'all put up the feelers of, like, let's talk about this in the group chat. But, like, the amount of, like, Shane Dawson stans who, first of all, still exist. But second of all, showed up in my comments to be like, you're jealous. Oh, my God. Like, let me be real clear. At no point in my life have I ever, or will I ever, be jealous of anything that goes on there. Personally, I'd rather remain dirt poor than have made millions off the gross, weird shit that Shane Dawson has. It's just not for me, okay? It's just not for me. And listen, at this point, the joke is more so in the lazy content than it is even in like the personal aspect of it. Even if you go back to that vlog that all the stans flocked to try to make me feel bad about myself because I had criticisms of their favorite creator. Even in that vlog, I wasn't even hypercritical. Not like how I've been in the past. I think I've softened a bit. I can still be a cunt, but I've softened a bit. Jeez. Also, I don't feel bad for Shane Dawson. I do, however, hope that they are all safe and okay during the wildfire situation. I don't wish harm on anyone, even people who I find to be huge pieces of shit. Anyway, there are resources below for to help out victims of the LA fires and all of that sort of whole thing. So if you're interested in that, that's down there. I also said this in one of my Teen Mom videos, but those are a little more niche, so I'm going to say it here too. I am also starting to chapter my intros because I'm really tired of listening to you people complain when my intros are long. So that's all the housekeeping I have for today. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not a pain in my ass. And let's get to it. So we've been covering the Conspiracy Corner of Shane Dawson's podcast for a hot minute because I find it rather enjoyable. I think it's entertaining. It's often a great jumping off point for like actual information, which they rarely bother to get to. So let's make today no exception and hop in to whatever is ahead of us.
Hey, welcome back. Okay, I'm very excited because we're going to be doing something because it's the last
Chris is making a face and doing a thing with his eyebrows.
Episode of the year. We're going to be counting down the top 5 conspiracies of 2024 as voted on by you in the group chat on our Instagram.
Okay, first of all, I think it's weird that they have a group chat on their Instagram. Second of all, so these are just regurgitated conspiracy theories? that we've already heard this year? Well, that sounds boring.
So we went to the group chat on Instagram. If you're not following us there, please follow us. And we asked, what were your favorite conspiracies of the year? And you guys submitted all your ideas. Spencer took them, picked the top choices, and here they are. So before we jump in, an honorable mention, didn't make the top 5, but it was honorable, is the Bohemian...
Bohemian Grove?
Yes,
Yes.
Bohemian Grove.
I could go off about this forever.
Go off, Santa.
Okay, so first off, it's like all of like the top powers basically in the world that all get together in the middle of the forest, and they have this like giant owl statue. But like supposedly they do like sacrifices, and they talk about like wars and power and economy and like everything to basically like control it. Kind of Illuminati-ish, but like with a giant owl. I'm in. Wow. I'm in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? Who is that? Who the fuck is that? You guys always ask me, like, who are these people on the podcast? And I'm always like, okay, well, this is this and this. I don't know who the fuck that person is. I have no idea who that is. Who is that?
I fell down that rabbit hole.
I love conspiracy clause. Yes, so that is an honorable mention and one of the scariest theories we've talked about. And number 5.
A zombie fungus that inspired the hit video game and TV show The Last of Us has come to life. You might be safe if you're a human, but sadly, for one tarantula, wasn't safe from the...
This guy. Now, he was infected by this fungus, and it took over his nervous system and forced him to come to this location. And then as he died, the fungus sprouted out of his body, allowing the spores to spread to another unsuspecting tarantula.
I remember that story. I remember it made me feel icky the first time.
The way he's lounging above it.
The zombie fungus was number 5, voted by you guys. This has been something that we've been talking about for, I think, 3 years now, and it really hit its fucking peak this year with this zombie tarantula. So yes, mushrooms are taking over. They're growing into animals now. It will be people soon. It is controlling the animal's brain to make them die and make them do whatever it wants them to do. It's literally The Last of Us.
It's literally science, though. Like, it's literally just science. Like, there are all kinds of like brain-eating amoebas and shit like that just, and I also don't think this is a conspiracy as much as it is just like a news story with science in it. But hopefully Jared knows something.
And it's fucking happening. Jared, do you have any predictions for 2025 when it comes to zombie mushrooms?
I think that they're already in our brains.
What?
What if you've never consumed a mushroom in your life, though? How's it getting there?
I'm fucking shook.
They're in our brains.
Okay.
Okay?
Whoa.
And I think around May, we're going to start seeing a shift. By July, it's an all-out shit show.
Whoa.
Wow.
Do you really think that?
September,
Cancer season?
there's going to be less than 1,000 people left.
What?
Come December, we're going to have to huddle and join forces to take back over the world.
Jared really just says stuff, doesn't he? Like, imagine if they used all of this, like, brain power and, like, cognitive dissonance to, like, apply it to, like, the real things that are happening in the world right now, like, the real, actual horrifying things that are happening in the world right now. I mean, I guess they sort of touch on it with the AI stuff, but, like, I mean, like, the more immediate stuff, you know?
You know what? The shit out of that is so toxic.
I think that would be the course, but AI is going to step in.
Oh. This is like when drunk people have conversations at a bar. And one of them's just been drinking a lot longer than the other. And then that person comes up with like some wild like conspiracy concept. And then the rest of them are like, oh my God, that could actually happen. And then they go home the next day and they try to regurgitate it to one of their friends. And they're like, dude, that sounds fucking dumb. What's the matter with you? And then that person's like, yeah, I was really drunk last night. It made a lot of sense then, but it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense now. And, yeah, that's what it's like.
Okay, number 4 is the Olive Garden conspiracy.
Why is that even in the top fucking 5? We covered the Olive Garden conspiracy, which is where they all divvied up and they put marker on their breadsticks to prove that for some reason they were reusing their breadsticks and giving them to other tables. And they unequivocally proved that it is untrue, at least at that location. Because going to different locations would actually be, creating a hypothesis and conducting an experiment and coming up with a real conclusion. But I digress. It's not even interesting enough. It wasn't even interesting enough to be a video. How did it make the top 5? If you're in this group chat, can you please explain to me if you voted for this? Can you explain that? Because I don't get it. Maybe Shane will explain it. I don't know. But off the bat, that's a no from me, dog.
Which, if you don't know, we did a video. It was our first conspiracy van video. Now that I'm thinking about it, which is honestly one of my favorite things that I think I've ever done. I love it so much. Okay, so the Olive Garden theory was that they reuse breadsticks because people leave breadsticks on the table, and then the Olive Garden employee will take them to the back, reheat them, bring them back out. We tried Sharpieing on them, seeing if they would get taken back. They didn't, and it flopped. But it was still a fun time. Spencer licked a breadstick, which people talk to you about in public.
People DM me about that, and they talk to me about that.
I would say that's one of the most popular videos that people bring up to me in person as well.
That
happened.
Why? I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm genuinely asking why. Because it didn't even, like I said, it didn't even feel interesting enough to be a video. Especially given the fact that, he almost got himself sued by Chuck E. Cheese for that whole conspiracy of, trying to prove that they reuse slices and put them in other pizzas and stuff. First of all, it's tired because you've already done that, and no one has given you the suspicion to believe that the Olive Garden thing was true. It wasn't even interesting.
Just the other day.
Yes. So Olive Garden, people really fuck with Olive Garden.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah. So if you guys want a sequel,
It's funny because we did a Chipotle one, which was true and had a whole effect, but people didn't give a fuck about that one.
Yeah, that's actually accurate. I didn't even cover that one. Because I heard that it was true. There's nothing for me to critique or, debunk or whatever. Because if it's true, it's true. It is what it is. But
I just love that beats this fungus texture. It's Olive Garden.
Thank you, Sandy. At least somebody gets it.
That wasn't even approved.
That wasn't even true.
Number 3 is the hair theory. So we talked about this multiple times. We get so many comments about this. So the theory is if a celebrity changes their hair to a certain color, that is what shoots them to superstardom. And if you don't have an interesting hair color, you're a flop and you're never going to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. No natural blonde, brunette, redhead, or dark hair, or black-haired individual has ever become successful. I must have not been tuning in at this point of the theory, but that sounds dumb.
Let's talk Chappelle Roan. Boom, red hair. Boom, there she goes. Top of the charts. You have Sabrina Carpenter. She's been around forever, and then she does the bang thing, and she has an interesting hairstyle. Boom, top of the charts.
It's a wig.
It's a wig?
Have you not seen that conspiracy theory?
It's not a conspiracy theory.
Leo wig.
It's for sure a wig.
We were trying to figure it out the entire concept.
No, it's a
so
wig.
there's this whole theory going on that it's just a wig.
Yeah.
And I believe it.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
was
explain
watching her
it.
flip that shit around at her concert, and it's put in really well.
It's iconic, whatever it is. I stand Sabrina Carpenter, love her, but I think it's a wig.
Will not confirm nor deny. Yeah.
We don't want to dispel the rumor tonight.
I don't even know what a wig is, but I also don't know what not a wig is.
Okay, first of all, conspiracy clause coming through with the fucking theories.
Yeah, it's not new.
Well, I do think that there's a video going around with her singing the song from Wicked, but her hair's pinned back, right?
Well, I was gonna say I think it's maybe it doesn't have extensions in. I think her hair is out in that video.
Is it? It just
looks normal.
Yeah. I mean, what about this is conspiratorial? Can we please this year with the conspiracy theories define what a conspiracy theory actually is before we start calling things conspiracy theories?
There's nothing wow. There's no wow factor.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, shout out Sabrina Carpenter and shout out all the girls with crazy hair colors. You're killing it.
And wigs.
Number 2. The number 2 theory of the year is AI taking over. And this is an update on this one. Okay, so obviously we did a whole video about it, 2 videos about it. AI taking over, it's happening, we're all gonna die. It's very, very scary. But there is an update. Spencer brought this to my attention, and I was floored. So, Ryland, remember the old man who I showed you the video of, and he was like talking about how he's a fan, and then you were like you were in love with him, and then I showed actually he's not real. He was a part of this website Arcads where you can make this fake influencer say anything you want. You remember that? Okay. Well, Spencer found this.
Well, look who it is. It's old man Steve, and I am real. I'm not AI generated, which seems to be a new thing, which I don't buy into.
Good.
I think there should be limits as to what people can do.
Yes.
And there's another channel here on YouTube, excuse me, that did a video that included me and had me say things that I didn't say because it wasn't my voice. It was my body and everything. I don't know how they did that.
Okay.
That's fake, right? That's AI,
No,
right?
that is real. So we fell down the rabbit hole. Old man Steve, shout out. He has an Instagram, a TikTok. This is him. He is not AI.
They just took his likeness?
Let me show you some of his videos.
Yeah. What do you think the data mining and all of that shit is doing? Why do you think AI is going to take over? Of course. They have our likenesses everywhere. That's why we're fucked. It's not Rosie the robot who's cleaning our fucking house.
Scary.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
Well, there's Magic Saturday with old man Steve.
Oh my god, I love him.
And I got this cute little monkey, and and I'm gonna cover him up like this.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say, Hocus. Adley Docus.
Whoa!
I love him.
Yes! That wasn't AI. That was magic.
I love him.
I love him.
So did he sell?
I also love him so much. I'm gonna go follow him on Instagram, and I hope you guys do too. I don't even care if this was propaganda.
His likeness to that company or what?
Well, before we get into that, I just want to watch a couple more.
Okay, this is the first Shane Dawson idea that I'm actually on board with. Let's go.
Old man Steve.
Hey there, old man Steve. I just thought I'd drop in and say hi.
Hi.
Oh, I lose my voice. What's up with that?
Oh my god, I hope this isn't giving me a false sense of security, and Shane's gonna be like, all of those were AI, I f***ing fooled you. But oh my god, even if it is, AI me a sweet old man doing magic on Instagram. That's the best we can hope for in 2025.
I hope y'all have a great day. Stay safe, stay out of trouble, but have a good time. Okay. I know I always do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He's off to a gangbang.
It's a beautiful day.
Yes. So, old man Steve, here's the thing. So, this is what's confusing to me. I don't want to get sued, but if he's telling the truth and if he had nothing to do with it, so that means that somebody took his TikToks and his videos, because he has like a presence on the internet.
Yeah, he's a good man, yeah.
And they like took it, submitted it to Arcads, and now Arcads has his likeness.
Yeah, it was really confusing because he seemed like he didn't understand that. But Arcads makes it seem like you have to like consent to be like, I consent to my personality, my vision or image likeness being like used and all this stuff. But
Yeah, absolutely. But who is reading terms and conditions? Y'all know how we all go, agree. We're not reading fuck all. So who knows? It might have been a program inside a program, you know? It might have been a program hidden within another program wherein he agreed to something that he didn't know he was agreeing to.
like, he didn't seem to understand. So like, that's what I think we were so confused about. Is like, did he have like a family member trigger him? Did he like do this? Like, I don't know what went on, but it was really interesting.
I did think for a minute though that it was AI because of the whole like coughing or trying to make him seem more real, but
The thing that
You
did
never
it,
know now.
The thing that did it for me, because I like found this, I was like, this seems like AI, but he has all these props, and that's really hard to do with AI. With all these
Speaking of
props,
props,
yeah.
Hello there, old man Steve. Did you know that I collect Santa Clauses?
I am what's his face in Love Actually at old man Steve's doorstep with the card that says, "To me, you are perfect." I love him.
Yeah, well, except for the monkey. And it's not even Christmas. But I have them up year round because I think they're so cute. I've got a bunch of, this is just some of them.
Don't be AI. I love you, old man Steve.
That would be insane if that was AI.
Why don't
Honestly, AI could take over if they could do that.
I mean, there's no way this guy woke up one morning and thought, I'm going to be goofy on TikTok. He has to have a grandkid or a kid or something. It's like, hey, I think we used to make videos with our grandma.
Right.
Imagine if TikTok was around back then. She'd be on TikTok for sure.
Killing it.
And then I think whoever told him to do that probably got approached, hey, we'll give you like $5,000 if you let us use a video of the likeness. And that's probably what happened.
Right. Old man Steve, get your bag.
Come on.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Old man Steve, get your bag. And if you are AI, honestly, I don't even mind.
Okay, and here we go. The number one conspiracy of 2024. Oh.
Let's take a guess. What do we think it is? What the hell have we talked about? I feel like he's been talking about AI for so long that it's hard to remember any of the other ones. Was it the coupons? Was it Aldi? I hope it was Aldi. Was that this past year? I don't know. The days all run together now.
Stanley Cup lie getting in car fire.
Was Shane the only one that was allowed to vote on this? Because again, that was such a non-theory. That's literally marketing. It's, first of all, it's not a conspiracy theory. If it was actually either a fabricated story by the company, because if you don't remember, I'm sure Shane's gonna tell us, but it's the girl that got into, she had like a car fire and the only thing that survived on the inside was her Stanley. Even if that was a total sham, and then the makers of the Stanley Cup were like, oh, we're gonna give you a car, like they did, that's just marketing. Is it sleazy? Yeah. But it's literally just marketing.
Which, by the way, look at my new cup.
Did it change anything about my husband?
No, I still love my
He buys them more than ever.
But I am aware that it's a big old scam and
It's
lies.
not a scam if it makes you happy.
No.
It is a scam if it makes you poor, though. Can we tally up the amount of Stanleys he has and what the cost of that is?
Yes, that honestly was the Stanley Cup phenomenon, the cults, the craziness, the fact that I don't know if they faked it or not, but the whole thing with the Stanley Cup in the car being lit on fire, but it survived, which like we tested, did not work. Then it's bulletproof, you could shoot it with a gun, which I saw videos of people testing, did not work. So the Stanley Cup craze was number one, which...
Okay, but like, first of all, again, I made this argument when we did this video, but like, the circumstances around a car fire and the circumstances throwing a Stanley Cup into a fire are two totally different things. Because fire, respectfully, fire makes a pattern of its own, right? It's going to follow its own fucking thing. You can't predict it. You can try, you can get close, but there's a vast difference between a fire happening around a Stanley Cup and throwing a Stanley Cup into the fire. I'm not saying that, because to experiment on this, they literally threw a Stanley Cup into a fire. That's not the same circumstance. So you're not really disproving anything. I'm not saying that they're not correct. I'm not saying that, the likelihood is, it's impossible that the likelihood is that it was all for, marketing purposes or it was a lie. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna make an experiment to disprove or to prove some sort of theory, you have to get as close to the same circumstances and the same elements as the original occurrence. Otherwise, you're not proving or disproving anything. You're just making a parallel comparison, I guess. Not even like a parallel comparison. You're making like, you're basically saying like, okay, well, this is what happened to this apple. Now let's see if the same thing happens, but I'm using an orange. Like, it doesn't, you have to, the circumstances have to be the same.
Honestly, I agree. Although I will say, it really didn't fix me at all. Although, you know what theory did fuck me up? Like, actually, literally ended my relationship with this? The fucking salmon having worms in it.
He can't eat. And that used to be like a staple in his
I haven't had salmon since. The fact that there could be worms in our salmon, and when you cook it and they die, and it just looks like the white piece on the salmon that you just think is like a little something fatty or something. No, it's a fucking worm.
Babe, there's all kinds of shit in our food. You're not safe from anything.
I can't even look at it anymore.
That's me and organic raspberries. Ooh, saw those worms and I'm out.
Oh. So here you guys go. Let us know if you agree. What was your number one conspiracy of this year? Let us know in the comments below. Okay. Moving on, this is a theory that has been popping up like crazy, and I don't know if I just don't understand like a meme, which could be the case. Colby, I feel like you're the most tapped in with memes.
Oh, I'm in.
Who are you? Who the fuck is this person?
Celebrity look-alike contest.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
First off, the Timothy Chalamet one where he actually showed up.
And people were arrested.
Crazy.
Wait, so is it a meme or because
No, it's not like a meme. It's
a
like
movement.
it's like it's a moment. It's a moment.
I feel
in
like
time.
I live on a different planet.
Yeah, there's been like a Timothy Chalamet one.
there's one like
the guy
every
from
other week.
Twisters.
No, what is it? So Jared was talking about the celebrity clones and how if you're famous enough, you really do need a clone because you could die and then everybody working for you,
Body
obviously-
double.
Body double.
Here's the one thing I will say. The first one went viral.
Okay.
So now everyone I feel like is just trying to grab at something to have a moment. Because the first one just kind of popped up out of nowhere and it really just like the whole city went crazy for
What
it.
was that?
I want to say it was the Timothy
Chalamet
Chalamet
was the first one.
Yeah, he was.
Wasn't there a Jeremy Allen White one that might have been before that? But it's like, was that after?
The Chalamet one was those were the two big ones.
But what is it? I don't even know.
Well, it's called a look-alike contest, and whoever looks alike the mostest is the winner. I don't think it's that complicated.
You get a bunch of doppelgangers in one area, and whoever wins, whatever. It was like a moment.
They were doing it in New York, and they had like
Yeah.
a gathering in Central Park, and because they didn't have a permit for the gathering, a bunch of people were arrested, and so it became like mainstream media because of the arrests. And Timothy Chalamet actually showed up.
Wait, is this Glenn Powell or is this the lookalike?
There was a Glenn Powell, and the Glenn...
We had a Glenn Powell lookalike contest today in Austin, Texas, and the people really showed up. I wasn't sure what to expect, but we actually had a lot of great competitors.
That one.
Wow.
Crazy.
The second one.
That
really.
one. That one.
Powell in another universe. I wasn't sure.
I need to go to Texas.
I need to stop having to look at white men all the time.
It was a fun time. The audience cheered for their favorites, but the mom of actual Glenn Powell got to choose the winner.
No way. Oh.
Second place, the winner was the Top Gun Glenn
Yeah.
Powell. Also the favorite of the audience as well.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, but we need to do more of whatever
Very
that was.
Paul McCartney.
So
Sick callback to that time Jared brought up the Paul is dead conspiracy from 40 years ago.
yeah, maybe celebrities are looking for clones of themselves, or maybe it's just a stupid meme that I don't understand. Okay, this is a quick little one. I just thought it was kind of funny. So, it's for Christmas. So you guys know Elf on a Shelf? Yes. Okay, so basically you put a little elf on a shelf and you tell your kids, it's watching you. If you're bad, your gifts are going to be shitty. He's going to tell Santa all the bad things you've done. And
Well, actually, that's not how it goes, but sure.
then you move the elf every day so it thinks your kid is like, oh my god, the elf is moving, it's everywhere. I think it's fucking creepy. Well, the theory is that this idea was brought into our world to normalize being constantly surveillanced
surveilled
to our kids, so when they grow up they're going to be used to it and not question why they're constantly being surveillanced.
Why there's elves everywhere.
Which honestly, I kind of believe that. Because
Yeah.
kids growing, because we didn't grow up with Elf on a Shelf.
The whole concept of Santa Claus is that he's watching you, right? This is a yoga reach, in my opinion.
And now I'm like, my fucking phone is listening to me. Kids in the future are going to be like, of course my phone's listening to me.
And most babies are on baby monitors.
And we had Furbies.
Since babyhood. Since infancy.
I forgot how dumb these make me feel.
Yes. Well, there you go. Okay. So I asked in the group chat, I was like, does anybody have any theories that are like too crazy, banned, you know? Lizzie.
So there's a theory that dinosaurs perhaps did not really exist. And one of the things that like backs that up for me is I heard on the street that none of the dinosaur bones in museums are actually fucking real.
What?
Like they're all replicas of the bones, but like show me the bones.
Okay, first of all, theories like this are making us dumber. Second of all, are you putting just a theory in there so that dinosaur bones won't sue you? Because I'm not saying there's anything wrong with questioning the things that we've been taught our whole entire lives. There's nothing wrong with that at all, especially in the American education system where like everything, particularly in like social studies and history, has been so aggressively whitewashed over. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, the way that white kids in America are taught about black history is there was slavery, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks sat on a bus, Martin Luther King, everybody happy, racism over. I mean, that's how black history is taught to white Americans, right? So obviously everything in our, in our system is fucked to some degree, but like this kind of shit just makes my brain tired and sad.
You're taking the information from the street? That's where we need to start.
Listen, we don't learn it in schools, we learn it in the streets, and that's why we need a complete overhaul of our educational system, because I am a victim of this circumstance.
Hold on. So you think, you alone as your entity, not us, think that dinosaurs are fake. So what's the point of that?
Well,
is that
me every single time I watch one of these fucking videos? So real quick, what's the point of that?
That's it.
Is that what you got for it?
So what's the asteroid hit?
Well, that's also maybe not real, but
they found the impact area.
Well, that's a different.
They could have dug a hole.
Yeah, dug a big hole.
I've seen Jurassic Park.
How do we know what dinosaur skin looked like? Do you know what I mean? How do we know what the print on the outside of it looked like?
That we can't talk about. They didn't know whether or not it was like feathers or things like that because we've never been able to.
And all these drawings are
right.
Sorry for I'm just
I'm
bursting at the seams here, but I will say like you don't fucking know. And then it's like if you show me the skeleton of a cat, but you draw it under the guise of like it's a dinosaur, like it's gonna look freaky deaky too.
Yeah, cool. It's also part of the study of evolution. There's a whole science category for the study of dinosaurs. It's called paleontology. It's not like Scientology where they just make a bunch of shit up. I don't severely dislike Lizzie, but I feel stupid having listened to that.
Right.
But there's no reason why we know like, well, this one had like red spots on its knuckles. Like nobody fucking knows that.
Was it your theory that there weren't dinosaurs and now you're on the other end?
No, I'm just saying that it's a little sus. Like it's a little bit like plug your nose and take this information and then repeat it as though it's facts. But again, it's just another stupid feeling I have. But like on the simplest level, it's like, how do you know what they looked like? You know what I mean?
Well, why don't you look into the study of paleontology and the study of evolution? No one knows exactly what anything looked like before we existed. And no one is saying that they do. What they're saying is that given the information they have and the study of both paleontology and evolution, that what they can do is put that together and say, this is the probability of what this looked like with the greatest accuracy that they can muster. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when they put these AI conspiracies together and they're like, okay, well, this is what we have now and this is what we propose that this will look like in the future, and then they put that together and that's a model of a potential thing that could happen in the future. No, they can't time travel and see exactly what it'll look like or exactly what it had looked like, but that's part of the job. That the fact that maybe I don't enjoy doing these anymore.
The bones of dinosaurs are often very well preserved indeed, but that's not the case with the skin or the soft parts. So imagining what they looked like has been largely a matter of guesswork.
So so if dinosaurs were, and I'm going there, let's go in. If dinosaurs are fake, what's the purpose of creating this fake world that we used to have dinosaurs?
So that I can have a nursery that's dinosaur themed?
Period. So that our boys could love dinosaurs?
I love dinosaurs.
I don't know.
Jurassic Park could exist?
I mean, I do love Jurassic Park.
The merchandise alone.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I never thought about it that deep. I told you, it's all very basic bitch on my side.
It's because it was after like Darwinism started and evolution started. So this proves if something went extinct 65 million years ago, now we could put a timeline of billions of years on the Earth. Because think about evolution in its perfect sense. Nothing gets bigger. It only takes more resources for something that's bigger to exist. Like an ant can live off of what? A grain of sand a month? But a human, it takes us a lot more than that. So what if dinosaurs were the ultimate first creatures and they evolved into being lizard people and now run the...
Oh my god. Euthanasia sounds so fucking good right now.
Planet.
I'm down for that.
Wait, is that just your theory or is that real? Because honestly, it is making a lot of sense to me right now.
Well, let us know. Do you believe dinosaurs existed? Or do you think it was all fake? Is this video going to get demonetized? I don't really know.
For suggesting that dinosaurs aren't real? The hell do you get demonetized for?
It's a gamble. Okay, well, that was actually interesting. Thank you, Lizzie and Jared, for breaking down the dinosaurs are fake theory.
I may have a video on it on my channel.
Check it out. Okay, speaking of some of our favorite things from this year, I would say one of my all-time favorite things is Sandy's new life as a true crimer. Because when you break down a true crime story on this podcast, people fucking stop what they're doing to listen. You are good at this.
I had no idea, so thank you.
Her preparation was so intense. On the way here, there was almost a true crime story. He tried to break her concentration, yeah.
Yeah, he tried talking to me. I said, I can't talk right now.
Okay, so you have prepared a story.
Oh, good.
So this story is going to start with this man named Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jeffrey Prado. He's in his 40s. He is an engineer. And he was single, thank you, until his coworker introduces him to a woman named Sylvia Ortega. Now, Sylvia Ortega, she's a single mom. She has 3 kids, and they hit it off. They end up getting married about 2 years later. And then within like 9 months of their marriage, she wants to like get a joint account. So,
red flag. I don't really care about this. Sorry, I don't really have the patience to sit through the true crime story. I don't like true crime. What a downer I am. But I don't like true crime. That's real people's lives. I'm sure whatever it was riveting. I'm looking forward to hopefully more of these Conspiracy Corner things in 2025 and hopefully more interesting ones because this one was bleak. I'm unmoved based on the theory that we can't quite predict what dinosaurs looked like. Anyway, I thought we would cover this and, you know, for old time's sake, and by old times I mean, you know, from earlier last month probably, subscribe if you want to be subscribed. If you don't want to be subscribed, then don't be subscribed and just get lost. Find something to do. All right, well, I'm out of here. I hope this provided you some semblance of entertainment. Okay, bye. Actually, the reality is the dinosaurs don't exist. Why are we at the airport all the time? Sit down and fucking watch it! My chair's making noise.